Hey guys, this is SJ from ShiGig coming at you. Today I have you gameplay of Dragonic Overlord The Cross versus Spike Brothers. So meta versus Rogue. Right now, Dragonic Overlord The Cross is pretty much considered the top deck that you can play, besides Think Saver. For right now, since Dragonic Overlord The Cross is the best support pretty much that came out at Booster. Cardfight Vanguard G Booster 1. Right now, I do not have the cross in my hand. You do not want to write DOT. Luckily, I do check a copy of the cross. As for ride targets for the cross deck, you want to ride either the cross or the great. Because DOT by himself is not very good right now, you want to have the Legion because you are attacking for 22k base, and you have the ability to, if you hit or miss, to retire units or to restand, or even do both in one turn. I do not have any cards in my hand to really guard. I do have a perfect guard, but I don't really want to use that. So I'm just going to go ahead and take these attacks. Spike Brothers is a pretty good deck. It has really good pressure. It's really strong, but it's only a one-turn strength, pretty much, meaning that the deck makes a big one-turn push, all or nothing. Where they expend most of the resources. If you cannot make the setup for the rush, it really hurts the deck, since with the rush you can put so much pressure and probably win the game. If your opponent's at like 3-4 damage, you can win the game even at 2 if you're able to get a lot of attacks and you didn't draw or damage check any of your key units. I'm going to go ahead and use Calamity Tower to Soul Blast, so that way I can Legion. One cool thing is, if you guys don't know, for Calamity Tower, one of the reasons why it's limited 2 in the OCG is because of the fact that if you're in Legion, let's say you didn't have any Dotes or the Cross in your hand, any extra to the Cross, but you did have one the Cross in hand, you can go ahead and write the cross, call Calamity Tower, Soul Blast it to the cross and the Dote that you just read over, because they'll go into your soul, so that you can Legion those back into the deck. Add a copy of either the Dote or the cross, whatever you need, to your hand. So I was able to restand there. I did get a double crit. So with this, he's already at 4 damage. He can break right now, but I'm only at 2. I do have a lot of great tiers in my hand, so he does go ahead and break ride. With this, he's going to be going all out to try and kill me this turn, because he's going to have to expend a lot of his cards in his deck and his resources for his combo and from his hand, because Bloody Org, his effect is counter to choose the card from your hand and put it into your soul. When this unit attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for a card called the Regard. So if he does use this effect, he'll only end up having 3 cards at the end of the turn, unless he hits a draw trigger or has another card that lets him draw off it. This is because he'll drive check 2, and then he'll put 1 to the soul, so I'll leave him with 3. I do no guard this one to try and hit a trigger. I do hit a trigger, so now it's 10k guards, unless he gets another unit that gives him more power. So that way I'm able to guard the attacks. So I have 3 10k guards left in my hand now. I have to guard in that one. So he does call the Jumble, the Stun Gun, which allows you to Soul Charge 1 and unflip when he's called from deck. For example, of how it's really situational for Spike Brothers is if he damage checked or drew all those Jumble the Stun Gun, he wouldn't have been able to go for that play that he just did of calling that and Soul Charging and flipping. But because I'm going to go ahead and no guard this, he does hit a crit, so I do get a draw trigger and I get a heal that does go off, since we were both at the 4 damage. So I'm laughing in the comments that I was able to hit all those triggers, because without those triggers, I probably would have been dead this game already. Because with that, I'm at 26k base. That means I don't have to give too much guard anymore. I don't have to give up a lot of guard to be able to block all these attacks. They're maybe just one rear guard attacking, not being boosted, but they're attacking for 24k or even higher. Like this one will be attacking for 39k. I decided to go ahead and no guard this one because that one would have been a 15k guard. I do hit another draw trigger, so again, more triggers going off for me, really stacky. So I'm just stacking those triggers there. So it's like the perfect time for me to no guard there. So I do get a pretty big advantage here. I know that he only has 20k because of his drive checks and the fact that he still charged the unit and uses his Vanguard's effect, which is another thing is why I said that it's an all or nothing rush for Spike Brothers. Because now I'm re-legended, I got Dota in my hand. I know that if I don't hit a crit here, I can restand still, and since he only has one regard, it wouldn't be worth it to add the cross, and I knew he wouldn't have it. So he has one, so I do hit a draw, so I do put the power on the Vanguard so I can hit and restand. A good reason to show why I did add the Dota to my hand instead. So I do hit a heal, so that's game. Tell me what you guys play. Do you play Rogue or do you play Meta? This is BZSoy signing out. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day.